Good morning from a very windy Exmoor campsite. We're staying at the Lynton Caravan and camping site, which is only about a mile away from Lynton.
And in this episode, we'll show you around the campsite, and we'll also show you the towns of Lynton and Lynmouth. And in our next episode, we'll show you a walk, or a hike actually, that you can do from here along the coast all the way to Heddon's Mouth via the Valley of Rocks and Woody Bay. So before we show you Lynton and Lynmouth, let's give you a short tour of the campsite. It's a camping and caravan club site, and we joined when we booked, as it saved us £36. That's £12 a night, and the annual membership was £56.95. We found it to be one of the friendliest campsites that we've ever stayed at, which is really nice. It's a medium-sized campsite. There are two fields. There's this one you're seeing now, and there's another field over the back. The reception area has a small shop, and it also has some information about the area. The facilities are temporary at the moment whilst they rebuild the main ones. They're pretty good actually, and the showers have lots and lots of hot water, so we've not had a problem there. The site has free Wi-Fi, and where we're parked up, we've found that we've had really good connection and been able to stream videos from YouTube and Netflix, so that's been pretty good. The location is great because it's only a mile from Lynton and Lynmouth, and you can walk there, but walking back can be a challenge from Lynton as there's a very, very, very steep hill. But there is a bus service, so you might want to try that. Overall, we think it's a very good campsite. We've very much enjoyed staying here. Lynton and Lynmouth, which is down the bottom of the cliff, are linked by this cliffside railway. Entrance is behind me. We'll be doing that later. We're going to walk down, and then later at the end of the day, when we visited Lynmouth, we're going to come back up. So I'm now in the Churchyard of St Mary's, and there's a sign here that says, "We think this is the best churchyard view in the country." And I think that could be right. It is pretty fantastic, isn't it? So down the bottom there is Lynmouth.
I've researched on the internet and I can't find any other towns that are linked together by a cliff railway like Lynton and Lynmouth, so they really are quite unique.
I bought a scarf, and it has cows on it. It's a really good outdoor shop, that. It's some lovely stuff, and it's not very expensive. Very nice, and friendly lady inside. And one last thing, I don't know if you noticed, but that was Tony Blackburn.
Lynton is a quaint little town with some nice old buildings and not as busy as Lynmouth. It sits 152 metres atop of the cliff.
Just found the Lynton Museum. Thought we'd pop in, but unfortunately it's closed. Looks like they're doing lots of renovations around the front. If you're looking for a toilet while you're here, there are some at Bottom Meadow Car Park, and they are 50p each to get in.
Or 25p if you go in together.
Yes, we did.
Now it's time to walk down to Lynmouth. We took the path next to the church.
So at this junction, you have a choice. You can go this way, which is down to Lynmouth, where we're going today, or you can take this one up here, down the coastal path. And Before we head down to Lynmouth, let's just show you what it's like on the coastal path. You only have to walk for a mile to reach this stunning landscape known as the Valley of Rocks. But for now, let's continue to Lynmouth.
This is the Cliffside Railway.
The route for us getting back later. Found this lamppost with some little poems on it, quite unique. This one, seagulls are cheeky, seagulls flap and fly. Watch your chips, oh my, oh my.
I did see on a sign back up there that it's called Poets Walk. Did smugglers wait in this very spot so many years ago and lure majestic sailing ships on its rocks below? These silent granite sentries, what stories can they tell of piracy and intrigue beyond the rugged swell? Written on a grey and moody day by a landlocked Midlander with a fanciful imagination. So what do you think these are called? They're not bluebells, they must be white bells. And it really smells like onions.
It does, it's really quite strong. If you know what they're called, stick it in the comments below.
Very cold and windy today.
In 1952, extreme rainfall over Exmoor caused a huge flood in Lynmouth, where 34 people died, and the whole thing reshaped the town.
To find out more, we headed into the Memorial Hall Museum.
This small museum tells the story of the flood and how it impacted the town, with lots of old news footage to help tell the story.
This model shows Lynmouth as it was before the flood destroyed a quarter of its buildings. Afterwards, as we explored the town, we realised that many of these buildings must have been built or rebuilt after the flood.
This is quite cool. Little shop, if you like, with a giant model railway.
The owner told us that it was started by his father.
As we often do, we bring a packed lunch with us, and we're looking for somewhere out of the wind we can sit and enjoy it. So we're going to try this Churchyard. A bench.
We found a sheltered spot to have our lunch, our sandwiches. The church also has information about the flood. Luckily, the church itself was undamaged. We decided as part of our tour we'll have a little wander up the river. We ended up walking a couple of miles to Watersmeet. When you sit on this bench, you're sitting in the front garden of one of the houses that were destroyed in the flood in the hamlet of Middleham. And up there, where we're going to go in a minute, is the Middleham Gardens, where they've got a memorial garden. There was in fact 10 cottages that used to stand here.
So it's actually a nice little place to come. You can have a picnic and think about the people who once lived here until that fateful day. And there's more information plaques here as well. I think it's very fitting that they've done this. Lovely. So we're heading to Watersmeet, which is where there's a little cafe. Another bridge for us to cross. We finally reached Watersmeet, and clearly this is what it's all about. Pretty impressive waterfall in the river.
Wow, yeah.
We hadn't done any research, so this was a lovely surprise.
Yeah, unexpected.
And once you've crossed this little bridge, we've got the cafe over there. It's got its own garden, and if you're travelling by car, there's a car park quite close by as well. What a beautiful spot. Perfect destination at the end of the walk for a green tea. So we've both got fruit scones. I wasn't sure, I don't think that's traditional, but I think we prefer them. And the next question is, do we do jam first or cream first? Does it matter? It's always a bit of an argument of what you should do traditionally. Anyway, we're going to tuck in and enjoy before we head back to Lynmouth. We may do one with cream first or one with jam first.
So how did you like your cream tea?
It was extremely delicious, and it's going for warm, which was a plus point. It made a big difference, I think. So jam on top or cream on top? Well, for me it was jam on top. I did both. For the jam on top, I got more flavour of the jam.
I only found out about this walk this morning when I was washing up at breakfast at the campsite, and this man was asking me if I'd walked along the river to Watersmeet, and I hadn't. And then when we were here, we found it and thought, oh, well, let's give it a go, and then got to have our cream tea at the end of it, which was lovely. Now we're going to be going back to Lynmouth and then up to Lynton via the Cliffside Railway.
Well, we've made it back to Lynmouth, not far away from the Cliffside Railway now. We came back on the Woodland Walk, which was a little bit different. The path takes you a lot higher, so it made a nice change. And we came across this tree full of coins, which actually we'd seen about 23 years ago, and we just realised. So, nice little different route to get us back.
This walking statue represents Two Moors Way, the southwest coast path. So, going through Exmoor, then Dartmoor.
We have arrived at the Cliff Railway. The Cliffside Railway was opened in 1890, and it is still the world's steepest and highest water-powered railway. £3.90 each, that was. Nice little ride, Michelle?
Yeah.
No change, saved our legs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's about it for our little trip to Lynton and Lynmouth.
The two towns are really charming and quite unique, with one being at the top of the cliff and the other down below, and the Cliff Railway linking them together.
I really enjoyed learning all about the flood in 1952, and I really enjoyed walking up the River Lynn to that place where we got the delicious cream tea.
Tomorrow, and in our next episode, we'll be taking a hike from Lynton to Heaven's Mouth via the Valley of the Rocks and Woody Bay. So look out for that episode.
And all that leaves us to say is thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, as it really helps the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.